Bill. Honorable Speaker, I want to start by commending the chairperson and the members of the Committee on Health, Honorable Dr. Pukose and his members, because this is an extremely timely bill that has actually been long outstanding from the previous, from the 12th Parliament. So we are grateful to Honorable Pukose for ensuring that it did come to life in this particular Parliament, because it's extremely strategic and critical for this country. One, Kenya cannot attain the level 4 status that is required, as I'm informed by professionals like Dr. Pukose and Dr. Nyikal, that if we don't ensure that our law or the Kenya Drugs Authority bill is in conformity with the World Health Organization standards, then Kenya will be locked out from the international market of selling its manufactured pharmaceutical drugs to other countries. Right now, Kenya cannot export to Europe and Kenya cannot export to the Americas because we do not meet the WHO standards. This bill will ensure that we meet the WHO standards. Yes, in this Parliament, during the finance bill, has given several incentives to encourage pharmaceuticals companies to manufacture locally. They cannot manufacture locally if our law is not, they can manufacture locally, but will not be able to export because of not meeting the international standards. Organizations such as the United Nations, the UNICEF, is domiciled here in Kenya. But whenever they require to buy any drugs, they will not buy the ones manufactured in Kenya because, again, our law is not in conformity with the international standards. So there are only 3 items that we seek and will be discussing going forward that are accommodated in this bill. One is to ensure that, as per the international standards, only those who are trained pharmacists can be able to handle certain drugs, so that certain drugs can be handled by pharmacists only and others can be handled by general handlers such as our pharmacy technicians. This is not to say they'll be locked out of work, because if we improve our manufacturing and are able to export overseas, the biggest persons or personnel who will be guaranteed of jobs and will be involved in the manufacturing are our pharmaceutical technicians. 2, we also want to ensure that, as per the recommended best practices, the practices under the WHO standards, to ensure that licenses are only given, as is done globally, to pharmacists. Because if we don't do that as Kenyans and allow anybody to be given the trading license, then we shall fall below the WHO standards, thereby locking our country and hampering our growth. Again, here I want to make it clear that no pharmacy technicians will lose jobs or be locked out of the market. One is that they will be the ones working in these manufacturing industries, and they will be the ones that will be employed. But it is important that wholesaler dealer's license is a technical practice license and should only be issued to pharmacies, and that can be included in the bill. And lastly, that we reinstate the removal of the veterinary products from this particular bill and be able to include it back, because, as I've been informed and studied, is that the molecular science relating to animal health and human health is similar. So it would be a waste of taxpayers' funds to do double regulation and double vetting of human medicine versus veterinary medicine. In other countries, they are domiciled in one authority, which is suggested in this particular bill. So for more efficiency and to ensure that there are no loopholes of certain so that drugs that can have a negative effect can leave the system. And with that, I proceed to support this particular bill, but with those suggested amendments. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, as the Deputy Speaker had indicated, we have challenges with the